I know that today's live is gonna be a spontaneous one, but at the end of the day, it's about because we have International Women's Day coming up, so today's live is all about that. But yeah, it's about oracle reading on how we can becoming for the internet to accelerate action, because that's the theme for the International Women's Day this year. Accelerate action. If that's something that you resonate with, or you have something like an idea of what it is, like type in the chat. But otherwise, here with me, I have 3 decks. So I'm gonna use 3 because we're gonna be answering about 3. So we've got this one. I'm gonna be using the Yogic Path Oracle deck, and then I have the 5 elements, the 5 Chinese elements deck, Oracle deck, and then we've got the Sufi Tarot, basically. So first question that we want to tackle would be, since what would we want to release? What are we releasing in order to accelerate action? Because when you want to gain speed, right? You want to, something has to go out. Something has to go out. Otherwise, it's going to be very heavy. Anyway, so this is going to be the first deck I'm going to be using, which is the Yogic Path. So for the community, for whosoever watching this live, whosoever watching this replay, what are we releasing to accelerate action? Okay, we kind of got 2, but I feel like I want to focus into 1. Okay, it's 2 again. I'm gonna choose 1. Right, we got Asana. Asana feels like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm still learning about the whole the yogic philosophy. I feel like this is something about, like, you see here, like there are eagles, and then like there are something about symmetrical, being in the symmetry. Asana, that I know, like in terms of lay people term, asana feels more like form. So I'm gonna double check this in a moment after the whole thing, but in a glance, it sounds more like letting go of, I need to have the correct form, or like I need to have a perfect form for something, whatever it is. It could be, it could be the perfect inspiration, the perfect idea, the perfect timing, anything that you relate with that stops you from moving forward or taking action. That is something that we can let go of. So that's that. Like that's that for the what to let go of. I could be wrong. I need to double check. Okay. So now we're moving on to the second question, which is what are we gaining? Because before we're letting go of something, now what are we gaining? What do we gain by accelerating action? So I'm gonna use the 5 elements, the Chinese 5 elements oracle deck. What are we gaining by accelerating action? And having 2 cards would have been nice. No, sorry, 1 card. We did 1 half. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is interesting. I feel like it's kind of the other way around, but anyway. We've got a metal rat. Be aware of projection. So what is this about? Like projection. Projection is like projection is just projection, right? It's just a reflection. Or if it may not be a reflection, it's probably something that we thought that, oh, it could happen, and then we project it, but it's not the real thing. So in the context of what are we gaining? What are we gaining? I feel like it's something about you're gaining projection. Does that make any sense? Like it could be bad, it could be good projections, but it's like the more you're taking action, because you take action, the more you do something, the more projections that you receive, and that is something to be aware of, and to be careful of. That's what I like in a glance, what I'm getting for this one, for what are we gaining by accelerating action. So we're gonna hold that. There's another one. There's still another question that we will go over to, which is, because we have the what are we letting go, and then what are we receiving. So by integrating these two, who are we becoming, basically? Who are we becoming to accelerate action? By integrating these two, like what we like what we're letting go and what we are gaining. Who are we becoming? Again, one card would have been nice. Oh, okay, this one wants to go. Okay, color scheme wise, I'm liking all of these three. I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so two of staffs. Two of staffs. You see here, this person, they are in the middle of a desert, in the middle of the desert, and there's nobody here, but then it's more about relying on our two staffs to keep moving forward. And there's an underlying of patience here, patience of keep moving before we can reach to the destination. And staffs are usually related to our passion, to our spark, to our creativity. So this is something that we can rely on, like our sparks, basically, our inspiration. We are, in terms of who we are becoming, I don't mean like, oh, you're gonna be in the desert and then stranded. That's not what it means. It's more about we are becoming, or rather we are called to be patient, and then patient, okay, Patient, and keep moving, even though all surrounding us, like nobody probably is seeing, and then nobody cares. So we keep moving. We keep rely on our passion. No, this one is PASSION, our spark, our creativity, what makes us awake every day. This is who we are becoming in order to accelerate action, basically. So, okay, to sum everything, but no, actually, you know what? I am gonna no. Okay, I said I'm gonna double check, but I'm gonna double check actually, because I don't want to say the wrong thing about the asana, which is the what are we letting go in order to accelerate action. Still form. At the end of the day, still form. Okay, so in order to accelerate action, I keep saying this again. In order to accelerate action, what are we releasing? What are we letting go is asana. Asana here, I would like to infer this to be the perfection, like like asana itself is like a physical form. Like if you think about the yoga in general, it's about physical form, and most often than not, we feel like, oh, we have to follow the form like to the correct way, but then that's what we are called to release, which is the need to have the perfect form, because you see, even the whole thing seems symmetrical. It seems like so perfectly balanced. That's what we are called to let go. And what are we gaining? What are we gaining from accelerating action? Projection. Projection can be a good projection, can be a bad, like positive projection, negative projections. Negative projections can feel like, oh, so and so is not answering to our calls or messages, and probably, oh, maybe they don't like me. Or positive projection could be like, oh, hey, this person like looks really, they can do the job or whatnot, even though you haven't really have the experience of working with them. It can work, like it can work for us, it can backfire. So that's why when we are accelerating action, be aware. Like that's the call, being aware of the kind of projections we might receive, whether it's good or bad, because at the end of the day, our action does not rely on those projections. It comes from us, which brings us to the who are we becoming by integrating this, being aware of projection and letting go of perfect form, basically. Being patient, keep walking your path, whatever that path is. You could be someone who's working, or you could be someone who's building business, or you could be having your own projects, whatever that is. Keep walking the path. It might feel like, oh, there's nothing here. Like, am I on the right path? Like, it feels like warm, or not warm, but like hot, like because it's in the middle of the desert. But keep going, because these two stuffs are your crutches. These are like your passion, like your conviction, basically your conviction about something. And number two, you're just starting. It's still there's still a long way to go from number 2 until number 10, and being like the completion, basically. So there you go. You are becoming someone who's walking on your path. Whether it could be, I don't want to say the word lonely. The word lonely can feel negative. Okay, I would say either way, regardless, you're called to be like to walk your like keep going on your path basically. So there you go. I hope it makes sense for the occasion for International Women's Day to accelerate action, who we are becoming. That's the message for the community. And if you'd like, this is because like more like a group one. So like if you feel like getting a personal or an individual one, like DM me or just go to the link on Instagram and like see how we can work together, like in terms of what how would you like to proceed, like what is your becoming look like basically for this year, whether you're a woman, identify as a woman, or allies can be anyone. So there you go. Thank you very much for those of you who are joining me today. And yeah, if you're watching the replay, thank you, and I'll see you again next time. Have a good day. Bye.